Hello bookworms and welcome back to my channel. I'm doing something a little different today, something quite new to me. I've never done this before. I've never done a reading vlog and that is what this video is. Apologies if I am not to my usual bubbly self in this video. I might end up watching the footage back and being like, no, too depressing, that's not going on my channel. But I've had my first dose today and it was a bit of a stressful experience for me. It wasn't a bad experience for anyone that's nervous or is like me and very phobic. A bit of a stressful experience, but it was fine. It's done, but I'm just feeling a little bit tired and groggy now. I've got a cup of sweet tea to improve my mood. But I thought, as I don't really want to do much else today, I thought I would do a reading vlog. And I've got quite a few books that I want to finish. So I thought I would vlog it. I'm going to do a bit of a rundown of like what's on my TBR for the day. This is ambitious. I don't think this is going to happen because I'm probably going to end up having a nap. I want to finish Last Night, which I'm currently reading as an ebook. I've only got like 20% of that left. I also want to start One Last Stop. That's an audiobook. I haven't started it yet, but I've got that there just in case like I don't really feel like actually reading and I want to like nap or something. So I have that also. Physical books. I'm currently reading Glass Sword, which is the second book in the Red Queen series. I'm that far through. I haven't particularly been feeling it, but that might be because I'm just really into the contemporary book that I'm reading at the moment, which is Last Night, which once I finish that, I'll obviously free up my brain for reading other things. So maybe we'll finish that today, who knows, I don't know how fast I can read. And I've also got this book as well. I've got The Plot by Jean Hant Korelitz, and I've read a chapter, so I haven't read that much, but this is another one that I want to read pretty soon, so I might like go between these two once I've finished Last Night. And if by any miracle I finish both of these today, I'm also going to put A Winter's Promise on today's TBR because I've been meaning to read this for ages and it looks magical and I want to read something magical because I'm feeling a bit not magical. And also on today's TBR is Hannah and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating, which apparently is a warm and fuzzy book. Again, I would like something warm and fuzzy. So these are also on today's TBR, but that's very ambitious. I probably won't even finish one, to be honest. So I'm now gonna get a duvet and I'm gonna go sit downstairs on the sofa and do some reading, and I'm gonna take you along with me. This book is so good. I finished Last Night. It was honestly perfect. Oh, I loved it so much. And I was actually kind of terrified to finish it because I'm not the biggest fan of contemporary romances. I just don't seem to get on with them a lot of the time. I'll get like 80% through and then something will happen that will just annoy the absolute crap out of me and I'll end up hating the book. So I was kind of terrified that that was going to happen with Last Night because I was absolutely loving it. But I'm glad to say it did not disappoint. Oh, I loved it. I want to read it again. I'm gonna now read a little bit of this. I'm about 50 pages into the plot and it's really good. I'm really enjoying it, but I think I need a break because I'm just not in the brain space. See what I mean? Yeah, I'm not in the right frame of mind to be reading a book like this. I think I need to be concentrating and I just haven't got the energy to concentrate. So what I think I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take some photos for my Instagram, and while I'm doing that, I'm gonna listen to some of One Last Stop and then see how I feel. I might continue listening to it and just like maybe have a nap or something. Or I will try and see how I fare with reading Glass Sword and if I can make my brain work. Found a bookmark. I have listened to a few chapters of One Last Stop, and yeah, I mean, I don't think I've listened to enough of it to actually form an opinion of it just yet, but I was listening to that while doing some Instagram bits and bobs, which you will have seen. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to carry on with this book and see if I can actually make a dent in it, because I feel like I've been this far through it for about a week, because I don't feel like I'm in the brains break. I'm proving my point. I'm definitely not in the brain space for a thriller because I can't even frickin' talk. If nothing's going in, then I think I'll just continue with the audiobook because that's like a minimal effort. It's currently 7 o'clock, so we're in the evening now. I should probably have dinner at some point too. I've read about 40 pages of Glass Sword and I'm about halfway through the book now. I'm gonna make myself some food because my stomach is starting to grumble and it's like 8:30 in the evening, so really should get around to eating something. And while I'm cooking and eating, I will be listening to my audiobook, which is One Last Stop, and then I shall see how I feel. I might have an early night because I'm actually meant to be having social plans tomorrow and I don't want to be feeling horrendous. So hopefully no bad side effects. So maybe I'll have an early night. But if that is all the reading I have done today, then I'm actually pretty chuffed because I finished a book. I got 50 pages into another book that I was reading and I'm halfway through Glass Sword. So that's a decent amount of reading, isn't it? I've decided to come to bed. I mean, it's 20 to 10. Which for some people I guess is quite late. For me that's fairly early. I am on chapter 5. Did you hear my accent then? I'm on chapter 5 of One Last Stop, which I am really enjoying currently. Very intriguing. I do know that it is not just your standard rom-com. Like, I know the twist, which I'm not going to say because I feel like it actually probably would be better not knowing that it's not just your standard rom-com. But I haven't got to the bit where like it's specifically said out loud yet, and I am going to read some more of Glass Sword. I'm halfway through. I don't really think I am going to manage to finish it today. I'm going to swap arms because that's the achy one and it is hurting. Yeah, I don't think that I'm going to manage to finish this today because I've got a feeling that I'm just going to go sleepy as soon as I start reading, but I mean maybe I will. And probably the next time you see me will either be if I finish this or if I don't finish this, it will be the outro, which will look a lot better than this because it will be filmed in daylight. This is 2 days later. I ended up not reading any more of Glass Sword that night because I ended up getting a temperature. I'm feeling just a little bit sorry for myself. So instead of reading, I decided to put my audiobook on and just go to sleep. And then obviously yesterday I had social plans, which thankfully when I woke up I didn't feel too bad, so I was able to still go ahead with those. But then when I got back, I felt like I'd been hit by a bus, and that's when the side effects really kicked in. So again, not really a lot of reading yesterday, but I did listen to more of One Last Stop, which I am really enjoying. Let's do a little recap of what I actually managed to read. So I finished last night by, who's it by? I'll put the cover here. Can't remember the author. And absolutely, oh, I love that book. I loved it so much. It was exactly what I needed to make myself feel better. And I was thrilled that I actually did end up loving it, because the amount of times that I have read contemporary romances and the ending has just ruined it for me. So I was very relieved to have loved it. And obviously I will go into more detail about my thoughts of that book in my, what month are we in? July wrap up. An update for One Last Stop. I am probably about 40% through the audiobook and I'm really enjoying it. It's a fun twist of like mystery and rom-com and a little bit sci-fi, which I'm really enjoying. And it's been great because I haven't really been feeling much up to reading because my brain just hasn't been working, so I've just been able to stick my audiobook on and like not have to think about much. So it's meant that I've still been able to do some reading while I've been feeling a little bit crummy because I don't actually have to use my brain, which is great. I got about 50 pages into the plot, as you probably saw from earlier in the video. I haven't read any more since, but really enjoying this book. Definitely one that you have to have your brain on for, because it is one where you're going to be wanting to take in the information. So that's why I haven't read any more since, because I have had mushy brain for the past couple of days, so not really in the right mental space to read this, but really enjoying it. And I'm about halfway through Glass Sword. I read a chapter yesterday, but again, I just really was not in the mood for reading. I'm not gonna lie though, I am struggling a little bit with this book. I think it's just nothing's happening. I'm halfway through and really nothing has happened. The expectations that I was going to be able to finish this, yeah, didn't happen. And then I've read a chapter of Cinderella is Dead, which I know wasn't in the TBR, but I got a notification from the library that the ebook had become available, so I started reading that. Only a chapter in, so I can't really comment, but that is also something I read. If you've gotten this far, thank you so much for sticking around. I've got no idea how this video is going to turn out because I've never done anything like this before. I've never done a reading vlog, so I hope it's not boring. And I also can't really remember what I filmed, so this will be fun to look back and edit. But if you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you are new here, make sure to subscribe because everybody is welcome here. Happy reading!